Have you ever wondered why certain people bring chaos into your life, weighing you down and causing unnecessary stress? The Stoics, those ancient philosophers known for their wisdom, had clear advice on this. Stay away from specific types of people. These individuals can derail your peace and progress. Today we'll dive into 15 kinds of people that Stoicism warns us to avoid. If you recognize any of these traits in people around you, it might be time to distance yourself from them. Don't wait. Protect your peace and eliminate these influences now. Before we jump in, I want to thank you for tuning in today. Don't forget to like this video, and if you're new here, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more life-altering Stoic wisdom. The flatterer. Beware of those who drown you in compliments not out of genuine admiration, but for personal gain. These flatterers use excessive praise to manipulate you, seeking favors or influence. The Stoics urge us to see through such deception. Genuine compliments are valuable, but when someone's praise feels over the top, it's often a sign they have an agenda. Whether it's to gain power or simply stroke their own ego, flattery is always a means to an end. Don't be fooled by false admiration. Question the motives behind excessive compliments and act with caution. 2. The greedy. Another type of person the Stoics advise avoiding is the greedy. These individuals are obsessed with accumulating wealth and possessions, driven by endless cravings. Their hunger for more clouds their judgment and strips them of contentment. The greedy view life as a zero-sum game, hoarding everything for themselves and believing that more for them means less for everyone else. The Stoics recognize that greed stems from a mindset of scarcity. No matter how much the greedy acquire, they always feel they're lacking. Real fulfillment, according to Stoicism, comes from inner peace, not external possessions. Avoid envying the greedy, for their endless cravings rob them of true happiness. 3. The envious. The Stoics also caution against those consumed by envy. These individuals resent the success, talent, or possessions of others, believing that someone else's gain diminishes their own worth. Envy leads them to undermine others, spreading negativity and trying to belittle achievements. Stoicism teaches us that envy is a sign of insecurity and weakness. Instead of feeling threatened by others' success, the wise approach is to find inspiration in it. Don't let envy poison your mind. Embrace goodwill and celebrate the success of others. 4. The angry. Stoicism warns us about the chronically angry. These individuals are ruled by their tempers, quick to lash out at the slightest provocation. Their anger clouds judgment and leads them to hold on to grudges, poisoning both their relationships and their own peace of mind. The Stoics believe that anger stems from unfulfilled desires and a sense of injustice, but acting from a place of rage only worsens situations. Instead, when anger arises, the Stoics urge us to pause, reflect, and choose reason over impulse. The complainers are another group the Stoics advise us to avoid. These individuals are constantly negative, whining about every aspect of their lives instead of taking action to improve things. Their pessimism is infectious, dragging down everyone around them. The Stoics encourage us to take responsibility for what we can control, rather than wallowing in complaints. Life will always present challenges, but how we respond to them defines our character. 6. The self-pitying. Closely related to the complainer is the self-pitying individual. These people wallow in their own misfortune, casting themselves as perpetual victims. They evade responsibility and seek sympathy, expecting others to fix their problems. But self-pity only leads to a deeper sense of powerlessness. The Stoics teach us to rise above this mindset and focus on what we can control, building resilience and self-reliance. 7. The arrogant. The Stoics strongly caution against associating with the arrogant. These individuals believe they are superior to others, blind to their own flaws, and intolerant of advice or criticism. Arrogance breeds disrespect and alienation, as the arrogant person refuses to engage with others as equals. Stoicism values humility, recognizing that no one is above mistakes and that wisdom comes from self-reflection. 8. The selfish people prioritize their own interests above all else, disregarding how their actions affect those around them. They make decisions solely based on personal gain, leading to broken promises and exploitation. The Stoics teach that selfishness leads to isolation and unfulfillment. True contentment comes from contributing to the well-being of others and living harmoniously with those around us. Refusing to listen to reason or compromise. This inflexibility prevents growth and alienates those who try to offer wisdom or alternative perspectives. Stoicism advocates for an open mind and the ability to adapt, recognizing that we harm ourselves when we refuse to evolve in the face of new information or changing circumstances. The insensitive. Those who are insensitive lack empathy and consideration for others, often leaving behind a trail of hurt and resentment. Their blunt, thoughtless behavior alienates people, eroding trust and goodwill. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of empathy, kindness, and tact in our interactions with others, ensuring that we nurture relationships based on mutual respect. 11. The cynical cynics reject sincerity, seeing virtue as naive and assuming the worst in others. Their skepticism erodes hope and community, creating a barrier between themselves and genuine human connection. The Stoics remind us to retain faith in the potential for goodness and virtue in the world, even when faced with disappointment. 12. The manipulative manipulators use deceit and exploitation to get what they want, treating relationships like games of strategy. Their lack of integrity eventually leads to isolation as people see through their schemes. Stoicism teaches that sincerity and respect for others are key to building true cooperation and trust. 13. The reckless individuals take unnecessary risks without considering the consequences, endangering themselves and those around them. Their thrill-seeking behavior often results in disaster, harming not only themselves but everyone in their orbit. Stoicism values reason and self-discipline, urging us to act with prudence rather than impulsiveness. 14. The unprincipled. The unprincipled person lacks integrity, willing to lie, cheat, or harm others in pursuit of their goals. This ends justify the means mentality leads to short-term success but long-term ruin, as trust and respect are lost. Stoicism stresses the importance of living by virtuous principles, no matter the external outcome. 15. The vicious. Finally, Stoicism warns us about the vicious, those who derive pleasure from cruelty and domination. These individuals revel in causing harm to others, seeing kindness as weakness. But as the Stoics teach, true strength lies in empathy and care for others. The vicious may gain power temporarily, but in the end, they lose their humanity. Thank you for staying with us until the end. If any of these Stoic lessons struck a chord, feel free to start a discussion in the comments. I welcome your thoughts. Don't forget to like this video, and if you want more content like this, subscribe and hit the bell for updates. Stay wise and find peace in the Stoic path.